12 musicians who died from overdose. You didn't know. She spent years being called a junkie by every tabloid in the country. Every photo, every headline, every joke. It was always about the drugs. So when she finally died, nobody was surprised. They all assumed the drugs had finally won. They were wrong. What actually killed her has almost nothing to do with the thing she was famous for, and her story is coming up at number 1. Because today, we're counting down 12 musicians the world remembers as overdose victims. Some of these deaths are exactly what you think, but a few of them will completely change what you thought you knew. Stay till the end, because number 1 flips this entire list upside down. Let's start with the ones the world already expected. 12. Sid Vicious. The Sex Pistols bassist died of a heroin overdose in a New York apartment in February 1979, just hours after a party celebrating his release on bail. He'd been charged with the murder of his girlfriend Nancy Spungen months earlier. Some accounts later claimed his mother had helped obtain the heroin, but the exact circumstances remained disputed. The coroner's finding was simple: acute heroin intoxication. And he wasn't the last young star that decade to be lost the exact same way. 11. Janis Joplin. Found in a Los Angeles hotel room in October 1970. Janis Joplin died from an overdose of an unusually pure batch of heroin, a batch so strong it's believed to have killed several other people in the same city that same week. She was 27 years old. But not every name on this list overdosed on the drug you'd expect. 10. Keith Moon. Here's where it gets ironic. The Who's drummer didn't die from the drug he was famous for abusing: alcohol. He died from an overdose of heminevrin, a sedative his own doctor had prescribed to help him get sober. The medication meant to save him is what killed him. Moon's death made headlines around the world. This next one barely made the news at all. 9. Luke Bell. You probably haven't heard this name, and that's exactly the point. Luke Bell was a rising country singer found dead in Tucson, Arizona in 2022. The medical examiner confirmed an accidental fentanyl overdose. He had been missing for days before he was found. Bell's story stayed inside the country music world. Our next name made headlines everywhere. 8. DMX. DMX spent decades being open about his addiction. So this one isn't a total shock, but the mechanism might surprise you. Reports citing the medical examiner said cocaine triggered a heart attack, causing catastrophic brain damage. He spent nearly a week on life support before his family made the decision to let him go. DMX's struggle played out in public for over 20 years. Our next artist barely lasted into his 20s. 7. Lil Peep. Lil Peep died on his tour bus in Arizona after taking counterfeit Xanax pills that were secretly laced with fentanyl. He was 21. His death became one of the earliest, loudest warnings about counterfeit pills. Pills made to look identical to real prescriptions, but built to kill. It wouldn't be the last time a counterfeit pill made headlines. 6. Juice WRLD. This one still gets people. As federal agents prepared to search his private jet at a Chicago airport in December 2019, Juice WRLD reportedly swallowed several prescription opioid pills to hide them before the search. Within minutes, he had a seizure. He never woke up. Juice WRLD died trying to hide his pills from the police. Our next name died trying to hide his pain from everyone around him. 5. Tom Petty. Tom Petty had just finished what he called his final tour, performing through immense pain from a fractured hip. To keep playing, he was taking a mix of prescription medications, painkillers, and sedatives. The coroner ruled it an accidental overdose from mixed drug toxicity. His family later said he simply couldn't have finished those shows any other way. Petty's overdose came from trying to push through pain. Our next story came right after heartbreak. 4. Mac Miller. Mac Miller died at his home in September 2018 after taking a counterfeit pill laced with fentanyl combined with cocaine and alcohol. It came just weeks after his highly public breakup, a detail that made the loss feel even more devastating to fans who'd watched him struggle publicly for years. Miller's death shook the music world for days. Our next name might be the single biggest star on this entire list. 3. Prince. 6 days before he died, Prince's private plane made an emergency landing so he could get medical help. Reports at the time pointed to an overdose, though he downplayed it publicly. Days later, he was found alone in an elevator at Paisley Park. The cause? Fentanyl. from counterfeit pills made to look exactly like a common prescription painkiller. He likely had no idea what he was actually taking. Prince's death was ruled a tragic accident. Our next one wasn't ruled an accident at all. 2. Michael Jackson. Every other death on this list has been ruled accidental. This one wasn't. Michael Jackson died from acute propofol intoxication, a powerful surgical anesthetic he was reportedly using nightly just to fall asleep. It wasn't self-administered. His personal physician, Conrad Murray, was giving it to him and was later convicted of involuntary manslaughter. It's the only death on this entire list that was legally ruled a homicide. Jackson is the only name here whose death was ruled a homicide, not an accident. But our number 1 didn't die from a drug overdose at all, and her story might be the biggest twist yet. 1. Amy Winehouse. And now, the one we started with. For years, the tabloids built an entire narrative around Amy Winehouse and drugs, every photo, every headline. So when she was found dead in her London flat in July 2011, the entire world assumed the same thing had finally caught up with her. The inquest told a different story. At the time of her death, Amy Winehouse had actually been sober from hard drugs for weeks. What killed her was alcohol, a blood alcohol level over 5 times the legal driving limit. Not the addiction the world had spent years mocking her for, a relapse into drinking. After she'd already won the fight, everyone assumed she'd lost. 12 musicians lost to addiction, intoxication, and the dangerous world around them, but not one story was exactly what it looked like from the outside. If one of these surprised you, drop the number in the comments. And if you want the next list of celebrities whose real story never made the headlines, subscribe, because we post a new one every week.